Welcome to Before the Bat, your guide to the TV show Gotham and all things Batman. It's me, Phil, and me, Kelly and Tyler told you we weren't going to leave you hanging this summer, so this is the first of our specials to come. I'm here with Lilith.
Hey guys.
We do another podcast that you should be listening to, the Newcastle Crew, where we've been reviewing Constantine's early appearances in Swamp Thing, and we got to a point where I was like, hey, Batman and Gotham was in Swamp Thing. Why don't we review those? So
here we are. Ta-da!
So this time we're going to start with Swamp Thing 52, by coincidence. A number 52 of DC.
It's weird, because that was before it was a thing, really.
I know, 86, yeah.
Actually, they were just celebrating their 50th anniversary, basically.
Yeah, if they would have known, they could have... So what was the 52nd anniversary, 88?
So Alan Moore wrote this one, and then most of the artwork was done by Rick Viatek, and then the cover was by Steve Bissette. Boy, I want to just shout out the Lex Luthor cameo in this book.
Uh-huh.
It's always nice to get a nice little... We also had a Clayface Joker, a Two-Face cameo, as well as a Batman cameo.
Well, yeah, because, let's set this up. We're kind of in the middle of a storyline, but Swamp Thing's girlfriend, Abby, was arrested for...
sex crimes.
Having an unnatural relationship with a plant person.
I think that's, a really big deal, though. I think this is, the first time they actually, ever really addressed something like this.
Yeah, I guess it's a more innocent time. It's this is before the internet and everything.
I don't know, man. Those tabloid headlines were whoa. Isn't it this the issue where we get that one?
Can't remember. It might be, but hey, this is sophisticated suspense. You pay for what you get.
You definitely do. I love how the name of this issue is Natural Consequences, by the way.
Well, yeah, because once Swamp Thing's free Abby, and they're no, he basically just starts growing a jungle and turning Gotham into a jungle.
And Batman's oh man, I'm gonna beat this.
Hmm?
Seriously, how are you gonna, let's just be real. Batman still has yet to beat Swamp Thing up. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's basically he's a force, Swamp Thing's a force of nature, so.
Exactly, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It's basically fighting a planet, just about.
Because he's never actually gotten a one-up on Constantine either. So, just saying.
Hmm?
But anyway, yeah. So, I love that little image of Swamp Thing hightailing it from Louisiana to wherever Gotham's supposed to be. It's just a trail of leaves and flowers.
Jumping from tree to tree.
Yeah, this is a really weird how they met up thing, right?
Yeah, a weird cross, a weird mismatch. Because you have your Gotham connection because Commissioner Gordon and Bullock are in this.
Oh yeah,
and then
kind of bit of a douchebags too, though.
What?
They were kind of douchey in this one.
A little bit, but I think they were kind of getting strong-armed by the government too. So it's you gotta go along with this.
Yeah, basically. It's why does the government care about who she's having sex with? Well, actually, that might be thinly veiled social commentary.
Exactly, and remember, this was mid-'80s, so...
Yeah, now that I think about it.
But, yeah, and plus, this is 86. I mean, Commissioner Gordon was basically He
was J. Jonah Jameson, but...
Well, he was kind of more a bumbling Keystone Cop back in these days. He needed Batman for everything back in the day,
Didn't have a clue.
No. Just sit there puffing on his pipe.
Exactly. But the lawyer was weird, too, though. I found the lawyer, Mr. Wickers, to be really weird.
Oh, yeah. So, alright. So, they have the Floronic Man imprisoned in Arkham. It's
why? I know, I was just about to say, what was up with Floronic Man?
I guess he can't travel by the green like Swamp Thing. He doesn't he have powers? Can he escape? It just looks like a regular cell. It's just a window with bars.
Yeah, I was just really like, okay. Convenient plot point is convenient, maybe?
I guess they, I don't know, if they just wanted somebody Swamp Thing was familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Joker and Two-Face are just standing by the window.
Right? It's just like, okay, I want a little more out of my cameo, but I'll take what I can get.
I mean, the Joker's wearing something purple, and Two-Face is still in his suit, not in, like, prison, orange or anything. Yeah, Two-Face is just standing there in his suit.
Must have just got rebooked. Must be like the Arkham Asylum in Gotham, where they keep getting certified sane and committing crimes and coming back.
Like Barbara has like a modified, you know, they're like the dress straight jacket.
Yeah, exactly. A mess. Then again, you know, Alan Moore wasn't really one for wanting to actually interact with the main side of DC, so.
So do you think, did he do that by choice? Or, I mean, he could have basically did this in any town. Do you think there was a mandate to do this in Gotham, or did he want to do it in Gotham?
I mean, everybody when you work in DC, I think everybody has a good, healthy respect for Batman, do you know what I mean? And
yeah, but, I don't know, but do you think this is his excuse? He's like, oh, I can slap around Batman now.
Yeah, basically. And I liked it. I think it works for the most part. It's a interesting juxtaposition of Batman and Swamp Thing. They're, you know, very much on completely different sides of things, and there's no middle ground for them, really.
Mm-hmm. But, no, like you were saying, yeah, we get the cameo that they bring in Lex Luthor to the storyline. And I kind of like it how they explain it later on is like, yeah, he's used to dealing with...
How to kill an indestructible being.
Yeah, something not quite human, yes.
Like, he actually hasn't succeeded with Superman, I'm just saying.
And I'm trying to, I mean, I guess this is 86. It's probably around the time of Man of Steel. I was like, was he the businessman yet? 'Cause they had to pay him for his time.
Yeah, he was the Lionel Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Smallville reference, sorry.
All before he lost his hand and had to clone himself.
Why does everybody lose a hand? What is that trope? Drives me insane. Anyway, I love how Swamp Thing gives them hey, I'm gonna give you an hour. Do as I say. Nope. All right then. I keep my promises, kid.
Yeah, so like the last 3 or 4 pages, kids, if you want a soundtrack, just play Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle.
The kids are just like, screw it, let's do it. And the homeless people join in, and then the criminals, and then people are doing it out in nature. And I'm just like, oh yeah, there we go. There's that sophisticated suspense that we paid all of 75 cents.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess it's good. You could say, yeah, it's Gotham, but it's like the city has been a jungle for 5 minutes. People are already taking their clothes off, and
well, let's be real, Gotham. There's something in the water that makes everybody a little bit off kilter. Where all you need is a little push to lose your mind. Yeah, Batman being the prime example. Just saying.
I was gonna say, just ask the Joker.
So it's kind of weird how we end it, right? Because it's like, okay, Gotham is basically Garden of Eden kind of paradise thing right now. But then he's like, oh yeah, what did the Parliamentary just tell me about that? Doing crap like this?
But no, that last page, you get the splash page of Batman standing on the gargoyle.
I know. And he's just like, it's pretty, but I have to do something.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty. It probably helping the Earth, but basically,
damn it, this is his city, and he ain't gonna let nobody come in and do this. This is not Batman approved.
No, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an entity basically forcing their will on the city.
Mm-hmm. I get all that.
I'm trying to remember. Did they explain why it was just Batman alone trying to stop him? Why didn't he call in Superman or any Justice League?
I don't think they really ever explained it, but we just go with it. Because Batman's a stubborn SOB. He really is when you think about it. He's like, this is my city. I run this. I don't need no stinking help. This ain't an intergalactic planetary invasion.
Yeah,
I got this.
Yeah, well, plus it's 86 too, so it's,
yeah.
They're Batman and Superman are basically back to square one, so.
Which I'm okay with at that point, to be honest.
Yeah, and I was gonna say the League at this point is like
a joke.
Booster Gold.
A joke. sorry, all you Booster Gold fans. I love him just as much as you do, but let's just be real. So yeah, this was I always thought that it was interesting that they decided to do this because basically we're almost at the tail end of Swamp Thing's journey, right? For like the first time.
Oh, do you mean how this storyline ends?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like we brought in Constantine to give him that kind of, for lack of a better word, rebirth, you know. He greets him with that, and then we kind of come into this where he's kind of like, oh, what should I do with all this power? And just because I can doesn't mean I should, kind of epiphany.
Yeah, and not to give too much away, but yeah, after like next issue's ending, it's like, you know, probably Alan Moore saying, see what happens when Swamp Thing deals with DC, the rest of the DC universe.
Yeah, I think that was another reason why he decided to do it. He's like, I do think that he works best outside of those confines.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your favorite panel?
Let's see. Probably the last page, the Batman.
Yeah, I do too. I think that definitely is my favorite one.
A nice big splash page. I mean, that could take out that next issue blurb. That could be like a poster.
Yep. I really dig the cover though. It's just him eating the city. Well, specifically Arkham Asylum.
Arkham.
And that's a good metaphor. Because Arkham basically is Gotham. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all in all, I think this was a good story. I would give it a B-. B as in boy.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with that. I mean, good writing, but I think when I was reading it, I was like, I knew Batman was coming, so I was like, come on, where's Batman?
But you knew it was like the first of the arc, so you knew it was going to be the last page.
Yeah, it was a wind up, yeah.
Exactly. So, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think that is it. So, if anyone out there has read this, is going to read it, share your thoughts. If there's any other Batman comics you want us to talk about this summer, let us know. You can email us beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook is Before the Bat. The Gotham Podcast. Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod. And our shared Instagram is BeforeTheBat_Legends of DC. And Lilith, where can people talk to you?
Oh, I just want to say, if you guys are looking for this in the trade back is called Swamp Thing Earth to Earth. So, just okay.
Or Saga of the Swamp. I have Saga of the Swamp Thing book 5. So.
Yeah, you can do that too. Make sure you get the hardcover. It's awesome. It's a little bit more, but it lasts longer too.
Yep. So you can find it many places. Yep.
But if you specifically only want the Batman part, it's Earth to Earth. You can find me on Twitter @LilithHellfire. If you're on Tumblr, it's lilithhellfire.tumblr.com. And you can check out my website, lilithhellfire.com. I do a couple of other podcasts here on the network. I do Channel 52, which is basically all the news for TV, comic books, and movies that are in the DC nation. And I also do Flashpoint, Flash podcast, another Flash podcast, right here on Southgate Media Group.
And if you like DC Vertigo characters, you can listen to the Newcastle.
Dude, that's gonna have to get combined into like Lucifer and freaking Preacher at this point. And iZombie, I guess. A mess. DC TV rights are a mess. They're about as messy as Marvel's movies rights.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, my personal stuff. Talk to me anything Marvel DC. NightwingPDP@gmail.com. Twitter is @NightwingPDP. Basically anywhere you can find me, Nightwing PDP. All right. Well, if that's it, I guess just say join us next time where we'll review Swamp Thing 53, an extra large issue.
Spectacular, if you will.
You know, it's Swamp Thing versus Batman. You couldn't just do it a regular size issue.
Where's the ka-ching button?
Even in 86, they were...
I think this was definitely a ka-ching moment.
I know, well, 53 is a double size, because 50 was big too. Yeah, but think about it. Well, I guess that
They were learning the ways of milking the cow, Phil.
But I guess it was. I mean, it was a lot for a comic back in the day, but it was $1.25 for the extra sized issue. $1.25.
Sounds so old.
I know. You know, how grateful would we be to pay $1.25 every month for books?
Well, you know, if you shop the right local comic book stores, you can get it for $1.50. Just saying.
New stuff.
I went not too long ago. I won't say which comic book shop it was, but I think I got a brand new issue of one of the New 52s for 74 cents.
Oh,
just saying. It was Wonder Woman.
Oh, jeez. But
you really got to go find a good local comic book store that'll take care of you.
Yeah, I get a 10% discount for being a subscriber, but that's it.
Not saying shop around, but shop around.
Oh, so you have to walk in the brick and mortar, huh?
Oh yeah, if you want a good deal. He's like, something to think about.
I know, but it's just like, I don't want to have to wait, and I can't wait. We have to review books.
Exactly. You know me, I just pay the freaking Comixology price. I don't care.
Yeah. Alright, so is that it then?
Definitely.
Alright, well, like I said, come back next week for Saga, the Swamp Thing number 53, Batman vs. Swamp Thing. I don't think it really turns out well for any of them. But until then, same bad time, same bad channel, Gotham Podcast.